Let's begin.
Okay.
Would you like to start first?
Surely. I taste iron and blood. My vision is hazy, but I can see that I am in my master bedroom. I'm sitting in a chair, too weak to move. Everything is fuzzy. Oh my god. What is this? Oh no. I see it in the mirror. There's some sort of entrapment device locked around my head. The only parts that I can see of my face are my eyes and cheeks. Everything else is linked into this contraption somehow. I can't notify the police about this. If I do, they'll find me. Who are they? Perhaps I should keep writing this down. It may keep me from going insane. It may also help me remember how I got into this horrifying predicament.
Let's start with who I am. I'm an overseer in a multinational corporation. I make $50,000+ a year. The company I work for does international financial business every day. Am I a target of some sort of crime syndicate? No. And how the hell did I get here? If it isn't anything work-related, what was it? Oh, I know what happened now. It's all coming back to me.
Everything started 7 years back. My wife and I had happily married for over 2 years. At that time, we were financially stable and in more love than ever. She had always wanted a child, and so had I. We made quite a few attempts. After a few weeks, our hopes had finally come true. My wife was pregnant with a beautiful baby boy. Sadly, this triumph was short-lived. Our doctor had discovered during an ultrasound my wife had a miscarriage. She, needless to say, was completely devastated by the news. She cried for nights and nights with me at her side. After a while, though, she finally moved on.
We tried a year later. Unsucceeded. My daughter Lauren was born. Her birth effaced my wife's painful memories of our first attempt at conceiving a child. As for my pain, it never really went away. I have been sad ever since. She had pushed me to move on, to let the past be the past. But I didn't rehash the misery every day. But I couldn't break away from the gloom of losing my boy. He had left this world before getting a chance to enter it. To this day, to this moment, I've read on this paper. It hurts. She never understood that.
That didn't stop her from trying to help me, though. She had me see a psychiatrist regularly. It helped alleviate the loss, but not seal the wound completely. I would say the person that helped me get through this all the most was my daughter, before her mother changed her anyway.
Around 5 months ago, I stopped the psychiatry sessions. They were becoming a financial burden, and the therapeutic effort was at a dead end. After my wife had found out, she became a lot colder towards me. Between us, talking less, the condescending side comments about stopping therapy, and her brainwashing my daughter, our marriage was a steady decline. I should have seen the red flag when she refused to file for divorce. She claimed that we'd make things work, that I could be lifted from the bleak state of depression that hung above me like a storm cloud.
It turns out that this had been a part of her intricate plan that went into effect soon after I canceled my appointments.
One night, my daughter called me downstairs. It was 10:18 p.m. She sat at the table with an innocuous look on her face. I asked if she needed anything. She told me she needed a glass of ice water. As I opened the cupboard, Lauren giggled. I didn't have time to turn around before my wife knocked me unconscious with a crowbar.
A bright light was shining in my face. That's all I saw at first. But when it was pulled away, a twisted scene filled my eyes. My wife and young girl were standing in front of me. I woke up with this metal device that was currently bound to my head. I was also tied up. On my workbench, my tools laid spread out. Lauren walked over the tools, shortly following her mother, whispering something in her ear. Her hand hovered over an electric drill, a rusty hacksaw, and a box cutter.
At first I denied what I was seeing to be reality. This girl certainly couldn't be my offspring. This girl gleefully choosing what weapon to torture me with was the same girl that I raised from birth and taught invaluable lessons. Then I realized I no longer loved this girl. If this was truly what she was going to do, I would have no problem sending my unwanted child to her grave.
Lauren decided on the hacksaw and began to laugh. As she walked towards me, I couldn't help but think how utterly wrong this picture looked. My daughter and I, ready to end each other's lives. When she approached me, she laid the hacksaw at her side. Surprisingly, she also took the tape off my mouth, and then my wife began to speak to me.
To memorize verbatim what exactly she said would be too difficult a task in my current state of mind, so I'll paraphrase. She essentially told me that I not only pained her to see me sad, but that it also angered her. She channeled this hate into her daughter, that way she would have a distraction for this master plan of hers. The objective of the plan was to make me happier by force. Oxymoronic as it may have been, there was nothing I could do to get out of it.
My left arm screamed in pain when Lauren began to cut it with a rusty hacksaw. She made sure she had rubbed the rust flakes into my exposed veins and nerve tissue. Both she and her mother were now laughing like loons during the entire ordeal. I couldn't even cry on pain. This thing probably had some sort of mouth plug. Even now, I can't remove it.
Mere minutes of cutting seemed like hours. The pain was so intense that I can't even begin to describe it. Good thing Lauren didn't do anything to my right, or I couldn't even write this. It was her mother's turn now. My wife grabbed the electric drill. Using the shortest and sharpest drill bit I had, she began to penetrate my chest. I couldn't decide which was worse, the sheer pain of this, a forced attempt to make me happy, or not being able to scream out my mind's internal frenzy.
It didn't take long for me to figure out that she wasn't drilling holes. After it was in about an inch, she would drag it. This made deep lacerations in my flesh. When done with my chest, she moved down to my stomach. Once it was inside an inch, she asked Lauren to come over. Lauren said this to me before dragging the drill across my abdomen. "It's time to make you smile, Daddy."
With that, she pressed the button and dragged. I was certain that I was going to die. My organs should have fallen out, and I should have died in that chair. Even then, however, this didn't happen. My wife, my innards, and my stomach, as the opening grew wider, scratching them to make them possibly bleed. When it was as open as could be, my wife asked Lauren to fetch her sewing kit. Oh no, I thought. What could they possibly have in store now?
Nothing physical. My daughter held my organs in while my wife stitched my abdomen back together. It seems as if everything had ended. Besides the fact that there was still a metal contraption stuck to my head, that is. My wife and daughter untied me. Before they left the last time, they bowed me this parting instruction in unison.
When you wake up, you will be able to find the key to happiness. And here I sit. The room looks normal. I still can't get this thing off my head. How the hell can I ever be happy again? My family tortured and then abandoned me. I'm a freak. I've lost the only thing which provided my life with sustenance and meaning. I have nothing else. After getting this thing off my head, I think I'm going to end it.
Wait, what's this? It's a small key. A key? That must be it. There has to be a keyhole somewhere on this. It's on the side, and there. Whoa, it still won't come off. It will not get out of my mouth. This isn't physically possible. It isn't possible unless...
It's stuck. It seems as if I have been given an ultimatum. I rip my mouth open and risk death, or I leave it on and risk discovery. I can't let anyone know about what happened. Not right now, at least. This is what I must do. If I don't, I'll die of poisoning or dehydration, whatever comes first. Oh my god, it hurts so bad! Blood is splattered all over the page. It makes the paper brittle in certain spots.
The hardest part is over. Looking into the mirror, the device's objective has become dejectively apparent. I have no cheek muscle. All of my teeth are exposed, right down to the gum. I am bleeding profusely, and oh no, I'll never be able to normally speak again. They don't make artificial muscle for this portion of the face. I can't even express my hopelessness. I will never frown or smile again.
Smile! I knew there was something good that came out of this. Now I can never stop smiling.
Is this a knife? Let's find out if it actually hurts. I should be just fine without this eye. I didn't even feel it come out. What's this? I can see from the socket. Let's take out the other one. How wonderful. I can see my eyes in the sink. Who needs those when you have a permanent smile on your face? These ears are getting annoying. Wow, it's simply cartilage and nerve. I can hear so much better now.
You'd be surprised at how much you can do with an everlasting smile on your face.
My wife and child are probably sad that I had to do this. I'll make them smile again.
What about everyone else? They need to smile too. Especially you. Turn off that screen and put a smile on your face.
You look so frightened. Don't be. Just smile.
Smile! A smiley face is cruelly drawn in blood at the bottom of the page.